Today we're in the seaside town of Whitstable, a place that's famous for harvesting oysters, something which they've been doing since the Roman times. And if there's a food challenge on this channel, you know what that means, ladies and gents, but more on that later. It's also famous for its boats, these things, I don't actually know what they are, so if you know, let me know. And of course, its sunsets, with that being listed on TripAdvisor as one of the most exciting things to do whilst in the area. So it's either a nice view or there's not much else to do. Whitstable is also home to a lot of famous faces outside of football. Actor Peter Cushing, comedian Harry Hill, loose woman Janet Street Porter, and former MasterChef presenter Greg Wallace. Oh look, there he is now actually. All right, Greg, don't pan. Oh look, there he is now actually. All right, Greg, who pulls your hair in the bedroom? Oh, he's still not changed. But alongside our lovely exploration of Whitstable as a town, we are of course here for one reason only, and a very big one at that. As today, the FA Vase semi-finals have rolled around quick and fast, with one of these two teams set to play at Wembley after this two-legged event. The home side, Whitstable Town, are taking on last round's winners on the channel, Hartpury University. The only problem is, we didn't realise that you had to book tickets online until after the event had sold out. Yeah. Fortunately for us, I got in contact with Hartpury University and they managed to help us out with tickets. So seriously, thank you so much, guys. It would have been gutting to miss out on today's match after coming so far. So props to you for helping us out, as we really appreciate it. But now that Saga's had its happy ending, let's get ourselves into the ground and strap in for my dad's interesting fact. Well, it is chock-a-block in here, ladies and gentlemen. You can see why it's sold out.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue.
So today's fact is obviously about Whitstable. Well, actually it's a two-part fact. The first part is for the viewers, and that's about Whitstable. The second part is actually for you, whether you can guess the connection. So Whitstable, it's their best ever run in the FA Vase, as of course it is for Hartpury. So they both made history getting here. One of them, of course, after this tie will make the ultimate history of getting to Wembley. Worth saying as well that Whitstable are unbeaten at home. In fact, I think they've won every one of their home matches in this competition. So that's facts about Whitstable. Second part is a connection between two Whitstable players that I want you to guess what the connection is. So the first person who used to play for them in the early part of his career was someone called John Akindi. Any ideas what the connection might be?
No, keep going.
Okay, so the second connection is someone who also played in his early part of his career for them, someone called Jeche Hessenthaler, son of Andy Hessenthaler, who people over 40 may remember had a long career with Gillingham and Watford. Can you guess the connection between those two?
Jeche Hessenthaler, I've got it. It's Crawley, isn't it?
It is Crawley,
yeah,
yes. A bit topical because obviously Sam has done a video on Crawley recently. In fact, he's done two. So those are my facts for Whitstable and Crawley.
This is looking like it's going to be our spot for the game, ladies and gents. It's quite hard to work out where the away section is, but we've got a decent view here. We'll just say it is actually a very lovely ground. Artificial pitch as well, which we haven't seen since Billingshurst, which we haven't seen since Faversham, sorry. But now's a good time to get into our score predictions. So I'll start with you. What are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to win this first leg?
I think it's going to be really tight between the two legs. I did say that Whitstable, I think, have won all of their home matches, and I think they're probably going to do it today as well. 2-1.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be loads of goals in this one. I think it's going to be quite conservative from both teams. And interestingly, right, we've had a theme this year with the teams that we followed, a bit like we did with the FA Cup road to Wembley last year. The team in red always wins, but this year it's the team that score the least amount of goals seem to go through, and this is Hartpury University, ladies and gentlemen. They've scored 6 goals in 5 games. They are the lowest scoring side left in the competition. So I'm going to back them, and it's not just because they've sorted us out with tickets. I do think it's going to be tight, and I reckon it's probably going to be 1 or 2-0. I'll go with 2-0 because that'll be a better vlog. Whitstable Town, we know are capable, so let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, just say what a beautiful day it is for football. Teams are out, ladies and gentlemen. The pyros are out. Meanwhile, I'm in the queue for a pint. This is exceptionally poor timing. Okay, luck of the draw. We've swapped roles. My dad's on it like a car bonnet. Crikey, there's kids everywhere trying to find out where to stand. So huge 90 minutes for both sides involved, ladies and gentlemen. Hartpury University defending up our end, and Whitstable Town in all red. The semi-finals kick off here, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't get bigger than this for non-league football. I mean, needless to say, this is the biggest turnout that we've seen so far. As I said, the stakes are high. It's anyone's. But whatever happens in this 90 minutes has got such a huge impact on this tie as a whole. And we're underway, ladies and gentlemen. Fans over there taking seating into their own hands, and fair play. Oh, inches away. First chance of the game.
So you just missed out because guys just stopped me, Whitstable supporter just over there, and said he saw your Hartpury video from the last round and wishes us good luck.
That's really nice. The thing is though, what is it with you getting recognised before me? The same thing happened in the FA Cup, but all jokes aside, it's really kind, and hopefully we just get a good game of football today. It's already off to a good start. Flicked on. Oh, another good chance for Whitstable. Whitstable have been the team on top. There's points flying in that home end. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We've just hit the 11-minute mark. Whitstable have taken the lead, and if there was any team to do it, it was going to be them.
Great start from Whitstable, and I think Hartpury, I don't know what the hell's going on. They're not at the race at the moment, so they need to pick it up a bit.
Even the goalkeeper's been struggling, and he was one of the standout players from that last round and from their tournament so far, so really need to sort it out. Hopefully for them, that goal's a kick up the arse, but from the first 10 minutes of play, it looks like Whitstable are about to run riot. Oh, what a save! Fantastic work from the goalkeeper there. He's redeemed himself with that one. It's a great ball. Oh, it's a golden opportunity missed, but again, the Whitstable domination is continuing. Bills fan ball. Ref's not having it. But these fans are adamant. So acting as the unofficial VAR today, looking at the replay, I wouldn't say it's clear and obvious, would you?
I don't know. I'd like to. It's a bit too sunny to see properly. I'd like to see it after the match because I think that sounded like he, or looked like he did touch it with his arms like that.
See, I'm on the opposite side of the fence here, and I think he did have his hands up, but I don't know. I don't know if it did hit his hands. I don't know. Either way, I think it would have been harsh if it had been given against him. It's not like they were out and he saved it with his hands, but play goes on. Ooh. First real chance for Hartpury University. It's only taken them 23 minutes. That's handball! That's handball there! Oh! The people by the scoreboard as well have got themselves a rather nice view, so well done to them. And that is half time. Ladies and gentlemen, Whitstable Town 1-0 up. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is half time, and do you know what? First and foremost, I'm actually going to give credit to Hartpury University, which I think is a bit of an unusual team to shout out straight away. But the fact that they are only 1-0 in this game gives themselves a real chance to regroup in this half-time period. But, of course, the team on top throughout that game was Whitstable Town, ladies and gentlemen. They were electric from the first whistle, and I think I'd say probably the last 25 minutes the game died down a little bit. There were a handful of injuries and stoppages that we had to go through on Hartpury's end. Whether that was intentional, whether that was not, it's done them the world of good, because up until that point they were getting pummeled left, right and centre. It was a real struggle for them to get in the game. So again, credit to Hartpury University for keeping the scoreline at just 1-0. Gives them a way back into this game for the second half, but Whitstable surely have got to be the favourites on that first half performance alone.
Yeah, I agree with your sentiments. For the first 20-25 minutes, it was all Whitstable, and it really looked at that point whether that it was going to be a rollover. I mean, I did feel like we'd been mugged off a little bit by Hartpury, because we saw them in the quarterfinals and they looked fantastic, really good team. But I'd say beware, because in the last 5, 10, maybe even 5 or 10 minutes, Hartpury have come right back into it, and it feels to me like they've weathered the storm. And actually, in the last 5 minutes, I'd say they're the best side. So I'd say we're in for an interesting second half, and Hartpury are down our end. So I'm hoping to see a lot more action down this end. So yeah, it's they're playing the classic game, aren't they? They take all the pressure to start off with, try and limit the scoreline, and try and get themselves back into the game. And so far, that's what's happening. Can they continue in the second half?
I'm really glad you said that, actually, because that was what I was going to touch on just now, was the fact that Hartpury seems to get better as the game goes on. And, we saw that against Erith and Belvedere. Whether or not that's the case in this game, we'll have to wait and see. But their fitness levels are ridiculous. So, let's see what happens in the second half. But if one thing's for sure, it's been a cracking first half of football. And we are back on the way for the second half, ladies and gents. Oh, it's another fantastic save by the goalkeeper. He's worked his way back into this game really nicely. If Hartpury managed to survive this at just 1-0 or, dare I say, even 1-1, it's a huge, huge credit to that goalkeeper who's keeping them in this game. Oh, it's another good save. It's dealt with. Oh, just a foot away from finding the back of the net. Oh, and it's a crucial goal. And look at those fans. Absolute ecstasy. The goal from the set piece, a really cheap one to give away for Hartpury. It's been a fairly unentertaining second half thus far, about 20 minutes into it. And Hartpury, I'd say, were marginally the better team. As I said, it's not been a lot of chances, but you've got to give credit to Whitstable Town. And once again, after a first half display like they had, they are the team that definitely, without question, deserve it. But there's a mountain to climb now for Hartpury in this tie. They need a goal back in this game, and failing that, it's going to need to be a big, big home game. For Whitstable, if they find another goal in this game, I think we may just have seen the team that are going to be playing in Wembley in the final. After 20 minutes,
Ran out of draft beer, didn't they?
Oh, of course they did. So what have we got?
We've got Hobgoblin Ruby beer.
See what I have to say about that. Okay, time to see what we think of the beer. It's actually right, to be fair. It's quite nice. Oh dear, that's very non-league of you. Well done. Oh, it's just wide. Great chance. Oh, it's just over.
I'm surprised I didn't lose my beer actually in the middle of that one.
Oh. That's it, ladies and gentlemen, it's full time, and Whitstable Town are going into the next round with a 2-0 lead. Hartpury have had an absolute nightmare today as far as the scoreline's concerned, but it's still not enough for the side to confirm the crashing out of the competition. Whitstable, on the other hand, played their game to a T. They got themselves an early goal and dominated from the first whistle all the way through to the end. Hartpury had themselves a fair few chances, but nothing concrete. Whitstable are the rightful winners today. And the last thing that I'd say, ladies and gentlemen, is a massive shout out to this crowd today. It's a fantastic turnout. Almost 3,000 people here today witnessing this semi-final tie, and those fans behind the goal especially creating the atmosphere today. So shout out to you guys. And of course, shout out to Whitstable. Fantastic result for them. Puts them in a massively comfortable position for that second leg. And whatever happens in the next 90 minutes of football, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you guys in the next round.
Definitely it was a well-deserved victory for Whitstable. Overall, definitely the better side. Bit disappointed with Hartpury, but I don't think the tie is over yet. And the reason I don't think it's over yet is because of the pitch. Whitstable playing on their home pitch, which is AstroTurf, and that gave them a big advantage. And we saw that actually with Faversham, who had a massive advantage with their pitch. So I'll be interested to see what happens in the second leg, because I think Hartpury will have a bigger advantage with their pitch. I think the tie is still maybe not even, but it's not over yet. It's all to play for still.
Hartpury were not at the races today, and it was a shame to see, because obviously we've come into this game with a lot of hope for them, and obviously they've helped us get the tickets as well. Let's not brush past that. They are the reason that we are here. So once again, thank you very much, Hartpury, and it's just a shame that things didn't work out for you on the pitch today. However, Whitstable Town were just a class above, it seemed. As I said, from the very first whistle, they were the team on top, and that continued throughout. So there is only one real winner that is sort of deserved today. So congratulations. There's still another 90 minutes of football to be played, so it's not all doom and gloom for Hartpury, but it's going to need to be a massive performance for them if they want to see themselves playing at Wembley. Ladies and gents, we are also here to have some oysters. We are in the oyster capital of the world, it feels. So it would be wrong not to. We're at a little restaurant now. We're going to order. And yeah, you can see what we think of oysters. I don't know if they're cooked. I don't know if they're not. We're just going to get some oysters, get some chips, and then head on home. So just before we sign off for today, here's what we think about oysters. So we were reliably informed on TripAdvisor that the sunsets were something to be admired. Well, we've also got some oysters, ladies and gents. So you're going to try them first.
So I'm actually quite looking forward to these, because when we did the eels, I knew it was going to be disgusting, but this, I quite like oysters. So they look rank, but I'm sure they taste better than they look. So here we go. Bit of lemon, bit of shallot vinegar, and here we go. Delicious.
Really?
Really nice.
Okay, good. Okay, my turn now. I'm less enthusiastic than you are about it, but I've never had them before, so I'll give them a go. So a bit of lemon, apparently. Bit of shallot vinegar, apparently. I quite like onions, so I'll make it quite heavy on that front. I guess we're sort of slurping this up, aren't we? Do you know what? That's the first time I've ever had an oyster. And they're lovely. I think what differentiates these is the lack of jelly from the eels and the stuff that goes with it. It's really, really nice. I really enjoyed that. So, ladies and gents, that is the end of today's vlog. We've had some oysters. After watching the oysters, get a big fat win. So, happy days. And on top of that, don't know how well you can see that. It probably looks quite underwhelming on that, actually. The sunset that, once again, TripAdvisor recommends. Nice sunset, isn't it?
No.
Okay, fine, it's not. It's really cold, to be fair. So we've got about a 15-minute walk to the car. I'm making that noise because it's really cold and we've got a horrible wind. But ladies and gentlemen, we will see you for the second leg. Hartpury University, it's not over yet. Whitstable Town, you've got yourselves in a very, very strong position. So ladies and gents, I'll see you guys in the next round. But before that, we've got actually a European fixture. So strap in, subscribe, and hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys in the next one. But at the very least, I hope to see you in the next round of this competition. Take care as always. Peace and love.